Hi everybody, it's Julie, and today I am recording the voiceover for my video in my closet, which is where I always do my voiceovers. But today I have my granddaughter Lily with me, and she's going to help me while I describe what I'm doing in this video where we take the dachshund and turn it into a holiday card.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be playing with the Clever Sausage stamp set, and I'm borrowing some accessories from one of the Bearware accessory sets. I'm going to start by taking my little dachshund and the sweater that he comes with, and I borrowed that little candy cane. I'm just going to get everything laid out onto a quarter sheet of Canson 140-pound watercolor paper, and then get that mounted to the platform there. So once I've got that all set, I'm going to ink up with some black ink, and I really love the VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. It's a nice.
What does nocturne mean?
Nocturne means dark, black, nighttime. And I'm going to ink up again and stamp it again one more time because I want to kind of mess around with my watercoloring. Now I've taken my Kudetake Gansai Tambi watercolors and I already primed them with a little bit of water. And then I'm using my Waffle Flower Media Matte to go ahead. Yeah, Waffle Flower, that's the name of the company. It's a fun company too. They make great stamps and
Sounds
dyes. Yeah. Yummy flowers, right? Waffle flower. So I'm just diluting the color down so it's not full strength. And I've got a tiny paintbrush here that I'm working with. And I did zoom the camera in a little bit. And I like to paint the exterior when I'm starting. And I like to dilute this paint down a little bit because sometimes it's too strong if I just go straight out of the pan. So that's why I'm using the medium matte there to kind of dilute it down with a little bit of water. Now, I'm not sure that I really want to get it dark or keep it light. So I'm just kind of messing around here with it a little bit. I always like to leave a little dash of white here and there for just some highlight. And I painted the two sweaters with the red, and then I'm going to move on to the little tiny candy canes. Those are tiny. They're hard to paint in such a tiny spot.
Well, at least you have a tiny brush.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Baby brush.
And then I'm going to outline the dog here with this kind of a rusty brown, and I diluted it down because I wanted it to be kind of tan. And I found that whenever I color him in completely, I really don't like it when I do it that way. So I'm just going to go around and do his outline and get his paws, just add a little bit more paint there to his paws and darken them up. And then just continue outlining him, getting his underbelly there. And then I will go ahead and paint the other dog the same way. This way I have options when I go to make my card because I didn't just stamp it once. So sometimes I'm not happy with the watercoloring of one and I like it better the way I did it on a different one. So I did it a couple times. And then if I am happy with them, I've got extras to make another card. Now I wasn't satisfied with the sweater just being a plain red, even though I am kind of a minimalist at heart. So I decided to grab my white gel pen and draw some. Yeah, it's a gel pen. And it shows that you do. Yeah, this is a white one, and I like how it shows up on dark colors. But because this first one isn't painted very dark red, I'm noticing that the white gel pen isn't showing up as strong as I thought it would.
Yeah, it's not really doing it.
Yeah. So I probably should have painted that a little bit darker. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go along adding these details. I'm just freehanding it. I kind of made some like asterisks as snowflakes and a zigzag and then added some circles. And while I like the pattern, my gel pen was I hadn't used it in a long time, so it was kind of dried up on me. And I tried to reactivate it on an emery board, but it's still giving me grief right now. So I probably need to work a little bit harder at reactivating it. But I went ahead and grabbed the other sweater, which was just a little bit darker than this one. And I'm going to go ahead and keep drawing the little snowflake sweater pattern on this one. So it's the exact same thing.
Zigzag.
Yeah, zigzag. And those are little asterisks. Yeah, that's a hard word to say,
What
isn't
does
it?
that mean?
An asterisk, it's kind of like a star. So once I'm done with that, and I just used this piece of chipboard that I wrapped with some what do you call it? Press and seal. So it's got a sticky side, and the sticky side is out, so it holds that die cut in place there while I'm drawing with the gel pen. So I went ahead and used a landscape die to cut another watercolor panel apart, and I'm going to use the top portion to create my sky. And I'm using black watercolor here, and just going to sweep it across with a wider, flatter brush. And then I'm realizing, oh, I think it needs maybe a little bit more. So I'm going to hold it down with my finger, and I probably should have taped it down, but because I cut it to size already, I didn't really have any room to add some tape to hold it down. So I'm just going to add just a little bit more, make the sky a little bit darker, and then I can go ahead and start drying it with my heat gun. So the nice thing about this waffle flower mat is that it is heat resistant. I forget what temperature maximum you can do, and then it's pooling on the ends there. So of course, disaster strikes and it flops over and it creates a splotch on my sky there. I was kind of mad that I dropped it, but this is what happens in real life, right? When you're crafting, sometimes things don't go as planned.
One time I made the bunny.
Yeah. So then I had to kind of paint over where I blobbed it when I dropped it, and then I'm going to hit it again with the heat gun to help speed up the drying process. But it's starting to warp, so I heated the back side to kind of help flatten it back out a little bit more. I'm just going to put some tape runner on the back of that and anchor that along the fold line of my card. This is a landscape layout. And then I'm going to pop up the other portion of that watercolor panel with some foam pop-up tape. And that's going to give some dimension that you can't really see too well on screen, on camera, but in real life it looks really nice. So I added some tape runner there to my doggy, and I'm going to mount it flat to the card, and you'll see in a second that once I get everything all assembled at this point, I changed my mind.
I'm going to call that doggy sausage.
Sausage? So I mounted his sweater 3D, and I kind of looked at it after I got it all on there, and I was like, you know what? I don't like it. So I'm going to change it. So I have this little spatula that was for one of my digital die cutters for removing the die cut shapes from the sticky mats. And I just use that to get under the adhesive and pry that thing off the surface of the card, and then pry the sweater off the dog. And so this is one way of getting that off if you change your mind and need to change things around. I know. I'm going to put his sweater back on, but I decided I wanted to remove the foam tape, and I'm trying to do this without ruining that sweater so I don't have to go grab my second one. So I'm kind of working it here, and I finally get that off. And it doesn't matter that it looks all kind of banged up on the back because nobody's going to see that, right?
No.
I'm putting tape runner there on the sweater, and then we'll go ahead and mount that to the dog.
Back on sausage.
Yeah, back on the sausage. So here's how I'm kind of, the course does not, you don't always stay the course. You have to change course. So now I put the pop-up tape there on the back of the whole thing. And then I just like that a lot better. And in hindsight, it's kind of a good move, because then that little candy cane that I die cut out, I had pop-up tape on the back of that, and I could just lift up the dog's snout there and tuck that candy cane right underneath. And then I have a sentiment from that same Bearware set, Merry Christmas, and I just had a scrap of watercolor paper and stamped it onto that, and then cut it out and popped it up too for some more dimension. And then I'm going to take some black and white twine. This is that luscious hemp twine. The label's gone on this one, so I can't remember if this one is by Avery L. or by Lawn Fawn, but I love this hemp baker's twine because it just feels really nice and substantial.
It looks pretty.
Yeah, thank you. So now I'm going to go ahead and tighten my bow. I used my cross-lock tweezers there to hang on to that while I was tying it, because it never gets as tight as I want it. So the cross-lock tweezers act as a set of extra fingers to hold it tight. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle. So I grabbed some diamond stickles. This is Stickles glitter glue.
Diamond.
And I'm going to add that for a little bit of sparkle on my snow. So I ran that along this curvy snow line, and then I'm going to put that under where he's standing, so it looks like he's standing there
On
in
snow.
the snow. Yeah. What do you think?
I love glitter.
Yes, you do. What do you think of my dog?
I like sausage.
Yeah. Does that make a good holiday card?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Say bye-bye.
Bye.